raining cats and dogs here in Chennai for the last round of the Tyre National Racing Championships, but that doesn't stop these drivers from driving their hearts out and chasing that ultimate prize to be crowned national champion. So let's head to day 2 of racing action. Grid as the Polo R Cup cars take centre stage for the last and final time. It's the championship spot decider who is going to take home that crown as the drivers go head to head to see who is going to be the national champion.
It was a dream final in the Volkswagen Polo R Cup. Title undecided with the leaders locked at the horns. Not to mention the additional challenge of the treacherous weather conditions. Following the reverse grid, guest driver Sunny Sidhu, the national rally driver, was on pole. Sirocco Cup racer Maiken Rasmussen of Denmark was second, followed by Mihir Dharkar, contender Rahil Nurani, Ajay Kini and Vishnu Prasad. From the word go, experienced racer Sunny Sidhu looked comfortable in the lead. As guest racers, neither Sunny nor Maiken would receive any championship points. The duo maintained the lead, with the rain slashing around the racers, perhaps reflecting the fervent moods of Chennai's Vishnu Prasad and Mumbai's Rahil Nurani, who trailed the former by 11 points on the leaderboard. With Sunny Sidhu well in front, the urgent battle for supremacy raged behind the national rally racer. Goa's Abdumbar Hede had won race 1 over the impressive Oshan Kotadia, who incidentally still had an outside chance of winning the title. Meanwhile, Vishnu Prasad had managed to finish third, still retaining his lead on the charts over Rahil Nurani, but not by much. In fact, the winner of the Volkswagen Polo R Cup was poised to gain entry into the Sirocco Cup, a dream for any aspiring Indian racer. As Sunny Sidhu continued to head the pack, Vishnu Prasad had moved up to 4th. The Chennai lad had managed to keep Oshan Kotadia and Abdumbar Hede at bay. Rally racer Sunny Sidhu had opened up a very comfortable lead, while a few places below, Alisha Abdullah was involved in an incident with Chinese racer Zijai Wu. It was not to be the first incident in the race where the stakes were already high. Aditya Pawar too found himself sidetracked. Meanwhile, the order at the top had settled in. Sunny Sidhu led the pack, followed by Maiken. The conditions were turning out to be brutal. Pratik Dalal was the next victim. His car careened out of control as the front and rear bumper hung on for dear life. Alisha Abdullah too found herself stalled, the dark clouds personifying her forgettable weekend of racing. Oblivious to the misfortunes of others and the less than pleasant conditions, it was a sunny affair at the top. Sidhu had maintained a start-to-finish lead so far, with a consistent race by Maiken in second. By now, Rahil Nurani had fallen out of the top 15 and Vishnu Prasad looked set to win the title as he led competitor Oshan Kotadia as well. And soon enough, Sunny Sidhu completed a sublime start-to-finish victory, followed by Maiken of Denmark and Mihir Dharkar in third. And although he didn't make it to a podium finish in the final race of the Volkswagen Polo R Cup, Vishnu Prasad was the star.
And there you have it, the champion of the Polo R Cup, it's Vishnu Prasad. We knew he could do it. A shining moment for you. How does it feel?
It feels great. I started on 6th. I needed to finish ahead of Rahil to win the championship. I knew it was a tough task, especially when it was raining. I think Rahil had a bad start. He went off in C1. His bumper had come off. And so I made the most of it. It was a great race. I'm really, really excited. It's been a long time since I won the championship. And yeah, it's actually been a great race.
And so now the good news is also the big prize that you have now is that you get to compete in the Sirocco Cup in Europe. That must be an awesome feeling.
I mean, that's what you've been working for the entire year. The 6 rounds and the 12 races were only for this. There's nothing else. I don't think the national championship means more to me than the Sirocco Cup. I mean, next year's Shiroko Cup is going to be great, and I can't wait for it.
And this is what it all boiled down to in the driver standings. Vishnu Prasad taking the title with 338 points, Prashant Kothari of Pune settling for second with 376, and Abdumba Hede of Goa third with 359 points.
So I've managed to find Dr. Chako, who is the Group Chief Representative of Volkswagen. Thank you so much for joining us. So how has it been this year?
As far as motorsports is concerned, it's been a great year because we've moved up from where we were last year, I think one level higher, and it's been more interesting this time. And I find that this race in the rain was particularly interesting because there were about 4 contenders who were really in the go to get to the championship, and finally the best one won.
So what do you think of the performance of the drivers this year and how they've done?
I think they've done very well. The trainings that they go through and the discipline that they have to learn as far as these young people are concerned do them a lot of good, as one has noticed in the last round of Polo Cup winners who are now quite successful in the European arena. So that I'm very pleased about how we have developed this sport from the year before to this one.
So you've stepped it up from last year, and next year the plans will be bigger and better?
They always are bigger and better. Next year we will be having a new car with a new engine, so that should be quite exciting too.
Oh, well, we're looking forward to that. Thank you so much for joining us. The championship may be sealed for the Indian Junior Touring Cars, but Bala Vijay may still have a few tricks up his sleeve. In the reverse grid format, we have Gokul on pole position.
A bleak and blurry Saturday in the Indian Junior Touring Cars led to a bright Sunday for Diljit Shaji, as he took to the grid knowing he had the title in the bag. Diljit stood third on the grid, followed by the man from whom he had wrested the championship, Bala Vijay. And they were off. The final race of the Indian Junior Touring Cars in the 14th season of the JK Tyre National Racing Championship. Having finished second in race 1, the current race leader Gokul Krishna was determined to go one better, and he was pursued by Firoz Khan in his enigmatic White Wonder. It was almost picture perfect. As the duo rounded into the corner, Firoz portrayed that not only patience but persistence pays off as well. The son of former national champion Ayub Khan, Firoz had stunned one and all with his maiden win back in September. Since then, the racer had become a constant source of tension for the overall leaders. Perhaps with a little spite then, Motor Rev India teammates Bala Vijay and Gokul Krishna tried to box in Firoz as they headed into the corner. Cool as a cucumber can get on a steaming racetrack, Firoz found the gap and regained the lead with a slick maneuver. The attempt left Bala Vijay rattled as he lost control and careened off into the sides. Thus ended the season of last year's champion. Midway through the 10 laps, Firoz Khan controlled the pack, heavily pursued by Gokul Krishna. Ironically enough, the Motor Rev India racer found the roles reversed. Gokul was put under some serious pressure by Game Over's Fahad Kuti. The racers, led by Firoz Khan, put the pedal to the metal for the final stage of the Indian Junior Touring Cars. And that's when Gokul Krishna lost the plot. In the final lap itself, Gokul was unable to handle the wet track and he skidded out of control. The order remained unchanged as Firoz Khan ended his season with style, substance and most importantly, the checkered flag. Another win for HCZ Racing's Firoz Khan. Fahad Kuti's game was certainly not over as he stood second on the podium, having set the fastest lap. And for the sake of formality, Diljit stood in third, with the satisfaction of having clinched the title in the previous round. And a quick look at the overall standings for the championship. 228 points, sealing the title for Diljit Chaji of LCT Segaram Sports. Bala Vijay of Motorev India settling for second with 185 points, and Firoz Khan finishing the series with 120 points, driving for HCZ Racing.
It's time to take a break, but don't go anywhere because this is the grand finals of the JK Tyre National Racing Championship. The rain gods threatened to wipe out the last race in the Super Saloon category, and although a champion may be decided, that doesn't mean there isn't plenty more racing action coming your way. On pole position, we have Radha Selvaraj.
With a race to spare, Raj Viruthan of Prime Racing had already sealed the deal in race 1 of the Indian Touring Cars Championship. The racer from Coimbatore found himself second on the grid, following Radha Selvaraj on pole. Siddharth Kishore was third, with comeback man Leela Krishnan in fourth. As the rain gods made an appearance, it was to be a wet, hopefully not wild final race of the season. Siddharth Kishore plummeted into the early lead, only to be foxed by veteran Leela Krishnan and then bullied off the track by pole sitter Radha Selvaraj. Rad Racing's Leela Krishnan started to build on his lead over new champion Raj Viruthan. The duo were entirely focused on their objective and failed to notice an incident on the track and the eventual red flag. Leela and Raj Viruthan were penalized and had to start from the back of the pack. BD Rajkumar was promoted to pole, followed by Deepak Paul Chinnappa. With the power of a triple lucky 7, BD Rajkumar bolted into the lead. Pursuing him were Bala Vijay and K.E. Kumar. Leela and Raj Viruthan were confined to the back. The latter would have been thanking his lucky stars that he had already sealed the championship. In what had been a common occurrence over the rained-out final round, both B. Vijay Kumar and Deepak Paul Chinnappa were at the mercy of the skids. Determined not to be at the mercy of the restart, Leela Krishnan and Raj Viruthan were making up for lost time. As Rajkumar battled to stay in the lead, the duo battled to regain it. Bala Vijay was hot on the wheels of the leader, relying on all the experience of competing in the Indian Junior Touring Cars category as well. The Motorev India racer was putting some serious pressure on Giri Rajkumar of Prime Racing. They almost failed to realize that Leela Krishnan and Prime Racing's Raj Viruthan had caught up. With Bala Vijay preoccupied with edging out Rajkumar, he failed to notice Leela Krishnan slip by at the final corner. Leela Krishnan, well and truly the comeback man. From a double in round 5, Leela ended his season on a high, with hints that it may have just been his swan song. So a title for Leela Krishnan, and after combining the result of both parts, Raj Viruthan was given second place ahead of Rajkumar. And a confirmation of the standings of the Drivers' Championship, V. Raj Viruthan clinching the title with 217 points. Leela Krishnan of Rad Racing finishing second with a commendable 169 points on his comeback trail, and B. Vijay Kumar of Prime Racing third with 132 points.
I have with me Dr. Raghupati Singhania, who is Vice Chairman and Managing Director of JK Tyre. Thank you so much for joining us. So 14 national championships. This must be a very proud moment for you.
Indeed it is, and very exciting too. We have been at it for the last 20 years, training people, putting Indian drivers on the world track, and creating enthusiasm among the youngsters who thought that motorsports was a game of the riches. And now they can participate in go-karting and then the circuit racing, and then of course the Asia Series and so on to Formula One.
And this one must be even more special for you, as you mentioned, Formula One. This has been the year for it.
Yeah, indeed, it has certainly created a lot of awareness and excitement in the country about motorsports per se, and therefore JK Racing as well.
So now with Formula One in India this year, 14 national championships, even more to come from motorsports?
No, I think same events will continue in a larger scale, in a better formatting and more grid placements. And we'll see far more entrants, I notice, in the right from go-karting as well as to the circuit racing. Because a lot of people, youngsters, who were sitting on the fence, when they saw the excitement of F1 happening before their eyes, I think want to get their hands wet.
Definitely. Thank you so much for joining us and congratulations. The last race of the season for the Formula LGB Swift category. Who will take home that trophy? Will it be Ameya Valavalkar? Will it be Deepak? Or will someone swoop in at the last minute and take home that crown?
The Formula LGB Swift story had all the twists and turns one could expect from a bestseller. But was there to be a fairy tale finish? Fans eagerly awaited the final chapter. Race 2, where following the reverse grid, Karthik Krishna was on pole, followed by Ameya Valavalkar, Prashant K and Chitesh Mandodi. Ameya Valavalkar was in a prime position to seal the championship and made his intentions clear from the start, hounding leader Karthik Krishna of TVS Girling. As they rounded the corner, his black Swift inched into the lead, leaving Karthik Krishna in hot pursuit. With 5 wins already this season, Ameya Valavalkar was on a mission to win his maiden title. He maintained the lead, all oblivious that an incident on the track had taken place between Pushan Das and Raghul Rangasamy. Ameya's joy, however, was short-lived. Karthik made a spectacular move on the inside to regain the lead. The race was restarted, and this time Ameya Valavalkar found himself on pole as the race was red flagged before Karthik Krishna pulled into the lead. And from then, there was no looking back for the Mumbaikar. Karthik Krishna resumed playing second fiddle to Ameya as Sarosh Hataria closed in. Chitesh Mandodi, the youngster from Kolhapur, was gaining momentum as well. Ameya and Mars Racing teammate R. Deepak were level on points atop the leaderboard after an 11th place finish by the latter in race 1. But Meko Racing's Sarosh Hataria was determined to make Ameya fight for the title. With crashes, restarts and disqualifications already in the fray, a little one-on-one between the leaders just added to this thrilling last chapter of the Formula LGB. And just as he had conceded to Karthik Krishna earlier, Ameya lost the lead for a second time and Sarosh Hataria powered through. He narrowly avoided skidding through a large pool of water before creating a healthy gap between himself and Ameya Valavalkar. Sarosh Hataria lost control trying to overtake a back marker in the final lap, allowing the Mumbai racer to sneak ahead just meters from the finish line. Car number 1 was number 1.
Ameya Valavalkar has won the race and sealed the championship in the Formula LGB Swift category. There's only one question left to ask. How does it feel?
I still can't believe it that I won, such a hard year. I started the championship with 2 DNFs. I was down 50 points straight on, and then I knew it was going to be very difficult to catch up because we have some really strong drivers in the grid. But fortunately, I kept the pace up. I've had 5 wins. This makes it 6, so I'm really happy. I couldn't have asked for more.
Ameya Valavalkar clinched his maiden title. Sarosh Hataria finished second, but Karthik Krishna, who came third, was penalized for overtaking when the yellow flag was waved, and Chitesh Mandodi was promoted to the third position. Confirmation of the drivers' championship standings, Ameya Valavalkar clinching the title with 162 points, ahead of his Mars Racing teammate R. Deepak, who finished the season with 140. Chitesh Mandodi of Meko Motorsports had 120 points and was third overall in the standings.
So that's all the racing action we have here from the MMST in Chennai. On the other side of this break, you're going to see the drivers in a brand new avatar, stripped from their racing suits and suited and booted for tonight's closing ceremony. dusty track to the glittering stage, we welcome you to the closing ceremony of the JK Tyre National Racing Championship. After all the blood, sweat and tears, this is the shining moment that they've been waiting for, the moment where they'll be crowned the champions that they truly are. So without further ado, let the evening begin.
From the start lights to the limelight, it was now time to crown the champions, and the host of the occasion was none other than Mr. Raghupati Singhania, Vice Chairman and Managing Director, JK Tyre and Industries Limited. Time to collect the silverware, and in the Indian Junior Touring Cars, second runners-up was Firoz Khan, who was really impressive throughout the season. Missing out on the title in the race was none other than Bala Vijay of Motorev India, as he collected his trophy from Mr. K.D. Madan. But it was time now to crown the champion, and it was none other than Diljit Shahji of LCT Sigaram Sports, who was all smiles when he received the trophy. Also present on the occasion to laud the youngsters was David Sonnenshire, CEO of Motorsports Asia Limited.
The amazing thing is that JK have kept consistent. They have provided a fantastic platform for young drivers to come out of India and obviously in India and then subsequently out of India.
With words of encouragement, he was also present to present the awards to the youngsters in the Formula LGB Swift category. Chittesh Mandodi of Kolhapur finishing third overall in the standings. A proud moment for the young lad, having graduated through the karting onto the road racing arena. Finishing second overall in the standings was R. Deepak, wondering what could have been had it not been for that tumultuous final round. But the champion was none other than Mumbai's Ameya Walawalkar, the 30-year-old reveling in the moment. The evening comprised of some spellbinding performances and dazzle as the youngsters looked on and soaked it all in. It was time for the seasoned pros to take center stage as Mr. Raghupati Singhania and Arman Ibrahim presented the awards for the Indian Touring Cars category. Second runners-up was B. Vijay Kumar. Runners-up in this category was Leela Krishnan, who gave some of the other drivers in this category a run for their money. The winner was Raj Firuthan, comprehensively sealing the title with 217 points. From father to son, the racing legacy lives on. Honoring the unwavering commitment of Volkswagen in the JK Tyre National Racing Championship, Mr. Raghupati Singhania presented a plaque to Dr. John Charco of Volkswagen. And then it was time to felicitate the winners. In third place in the standings overall was Goa's Avdumbar Hede. Oshan Kothadia missed out not only on the second spot but also collecting the trophy at the podium, as it was none other than Vishnu Prasad who collected the winner's trophy. And along with that, an opportunity to race in the very, very prestigious Sirocco Cup for the next season.
Well, there's nothing more left to say. It's been an absolutely superb season. And until next time, it's me, Shabani, signing off at the JK Tyre National Racing Championship. Roll, damn it. कसं वाटलं तुम्हाला?
बहुत चंगा रियायत की.
आणि पुढच्या वर्षी काय होईल? And until next time, it's me, Shabani,
Hari Singh
signing off at the JK Tyre National Racing
Championship.